All right, it's been about a week since I took this circus apart. Let's put it back together. I'm thinking you need two people to do this. You need one to hold the harness up out of the way and also the AC line, which I'm by myself, so I'm going to use Mr. Zip Ties to hold this up out of the way. I bent this bracket and I got the harness zipped to the front out of the way, and I'm hoping to be able to slide that valve cover right through without accidentally scraping the new gaskets off, because when I took it off, all the gaskets scraped off because you have limited space. All right, let's get it. I did clean the gasket mating surface as best as I could without gouging it. That's a job in itself, because apparently everything's in the way. So here it is. I already put the gaskets on it. Let's hope they stay so I can feed it in there and wrench it down. And if you want to know how I cleaned it, I bought this plastic tub here. I put about a gallon of this degreaser in there. I put the valve cover in there, and I also put the intake manifold in there, and I filled it as high as I could with water and let it soak. And then I started thinking about it. Well, that's probably a bad idea. There's going to be water getting trapped in there. It's going to get in the engine, start rusting things. I'm going to have problems. So I took them back out. I cleaned them off with the hose with nice boiling hot water. And then I emptied out the tray, got rid of all that, dried it. I put both back in. And then I just took a cheap box fan and laid it on top. And I just had the fan blowing on both of them. I think it was about 3 days this week. It just ran constantly for 3 days straight. And I picked them up out of there, turned them, nothing came out of them. So, you know, I basically aimed it so it would go in any of the crevices, anywhere I could see. And it basically dried it out. So I don't know if you want to do what I did, but I'm just telling you how I did it. I mean, it was pretty filthy, greasy. And this stuff works good. Little alcohol pad, because when I assembled these gaskets, I got them a little dirty, a little greasy. We just don't want any chunks on there. Hope the gasket stays put. I put it in here 2 days ago. All right, see what we can do. That wasn't too bad with these held up out of the way. see anything because of the fuel injectors. Put this in one. Here's where you hope you didn't forget something. I'm sitting here thinking now, that's the bad side of waiting a week. It's not fresh in my memory right now. All right, let's torque them. 89 inch-pounds. Start in the center. All right, let's see if we can put these intake manifold gaskets on and get this thing out of the way, get this installed. Guess they're all the same, I don't know. Pretty simple. Now the question is, should I move something or just try to get it on there? I'm thinking just try to get it on there. See what we can do here. thought about putting the powertrain control module bracket on first, but nah, we're not doing that. My luck, that'll get in the way of something, mess me all up. I don't know how to approach this. Make sure all the gaskets are on. Again, I think you need a second person, which I don't have. Feels like something's in the way. Try to put that there. I guess you just gotta get one started if you can without another person. It would definitely be easier with another person. So there's one started. But I want to peek down there and look at those gaskets if I can and make sure they didn't pop out. So far I see blue, blue, and blue. Excellent. I think we got another bolt started. Excellent. That's all I can say. Seems to be going back together easier than it came apart. Nice. So I'm going to use this little guy here, sneak it in there easier, a little 10mm. See what we can do here. Nice, got another one. All right. So I believe it's 1 bolt, 2 bolts, 1 bolt, 2 bolts, 1 bolt, 2 bolts, 1 bolt. So I got to make sure that's what I do. So I'm going to finish this up because I don't know what kind of video this is going to be. You guys can't see anything. I can't see anything either. I'm just going by feel. Everything has to be the hard way with these people. All right. What is this? 7mm. Come on. What's going on with you now? Come on. All right. Give it back. All right. These look like 10mm. They're not the right ones, bud. Gotta be these longer ones. Yes. Let's see here, we got a 10 going. Yeah. Might as well torque them the same as everything else. 89 inch-pounds. Doesn't seem like very tight, but what are you going to do? That's what it says. All right, there should be one nut because the other nut's missing. go. There's that. Got everything plugged in except this is for the alternator. I didn't get that far yet. Alright, that's back in. I guess I'm ready for the alternator. It's not bad. Alright, so I started to clean these spark plugs. This is cylinder 6, cylinder 5. You can see I was having a problem back there with cylinder 5, but I'm not going to take the chance. They're about 2 or 3 years old. I'm just going to change them. I just bought 6 new ones. Let's see how we did. I cleaned them a little bit. I got to get more of that out of there. That fungus, I probably should have did it before I put the cover back on. But it's dry. It's not wet. I'll probably see if I could do a little more cleaning in there. And got the alternator back in. I still got to put the bracket on. A few miscellaneous things, throttle body, all that kind of stuff. Got to put this hose back on. Brake booster hose. Got to put the map sensor back on. Got to get the plugs and coils back in. All right, the new spark plugs are in. I tightened them to 13 foot-pounds. Now I'm going to put the coils in. I showed in the video me taking this apart. I'll probably link it at the end of this video and this at the end of that video. But AutoZone actually warranted the coils. So I also have a brand new 6-pack that I'm going to put in. Brand spanking new. I don't know what that green is. Does that come off? Does it stay on? I don't know. We'll find out. All right, let's get this thing put back together. Yeah, from inside of the bag, it looked like there was a green plastic sleeve or something, but no, it looks like some grease. Some kind of coating, some dielectric grease, some nonsense. So we'll leave that alone. So I'll video me doing a couple of these, but the last few you won't be able to see, so I'll probably just stop it. All right, let's do number 1. I'm not a fan of this 1-bolt system because I noticed when you tighten them, they turn a little bit, and that'll allow leaks. I mean, there's a raised lip here, and there's rubber. That should keep anything out, like rainwater or anything like that, but no, apparently it doesn't, because I saw rust on the old ones. So I'm going to try to hold it still while I tighten it. And we're going to go with 89 inch-pounds. Try to hold it straight while I do it. There you go. Number 2. get this back together. This is Sunday. I want to take this for a test ride. Hopefully I get that far. I'm gonna have to start it up and sit it out front there for a little bit, make sure everything's all right. I'm not looking to get stranded. Then I'd like to take it for a little test ride. I still need to get a new battery for this, but for right now, temporarily, I'm going to put that other battery back in. The problem with that battery, it won't allow the cover, the hold down cover, because it has top post and side post. I might have to get that next weekend. Alright, there's number 2. So you get the idea. I'm going to get the rest of them on. Alright, all the coils are in, all plugged in. Next I'm going to do the throttle body. Cleaned it up a little bit. It was pretty nasty. I'll get this in and I'll come back. Alright, throttle body's in, torque down. Got all the plugs plugged in. Got the fuel injectors plugged in. Check everything, double check everything before you put the air box back on. Got the map sensor back in, plugged in. Got this evap line connected, vacuum line, whatever it is. Got the throttle body reconnected with the wire harness. Now I'm gonna put the air box on and check around as I'm doing it, make sure I didn't forget nothing. Also, I put this brake booster vacuum hose back on. Don't forget that, you're gonna need it. All right, so it's all back together. I put this battery back in temporary until I can afford to get that other battery. Probably next week. It's gonna check a little bit. Then we're gonna try to start it up, see what happens. I'm not gonna drive it yet. I'm just gonna start it up and put it out here and let it idle for a while I clean this mess all up. I got a huge mess in here to clean up. So I might as well get that cleaned up. But I checked everything. Make sure everything's plugged in. Well, I'll find out because I got to check engine light, I guess. All right, I'll put the GoPro on and try to start it. All right, let's see what happens. Probably going to have to take it to the dealer and get it reprogrammed because I have that ticking fan clutch, and I saw a lot of people on YouTube have the same problem. It turns out it's because it's out of programming. I'm just trying to build the fuel pressure up. So when you get that ticking Trailblazer fan clutch, you got to take it to the dealer and get it reprogrammed. I guess the powertrain control module. Wow, fired right up. Stumbled a little bit, but that's to be expected. So yeah, I got 226,695 miles. So they say you got to replace the timing chain at 150,000. I'm thinking someone did that because someone had that all apart, and when they reassembled it, they used the same gaskets and they smashed them down. That's why they were leaking. I seen some other videos on YouTube. Guys are just loosening the intake manifold till it gets out of the way, just so they can get the valve cover off. But those gaskets are shot, bud. They're shot. Plus it's leaning. I'm pretty sure those rubbers flopped out on you. You're better off taking them both off, in my opinion, and replacing them. It's definitely a circus, but I would do it. So right now it's still idling a little high. There's no shaking at all. Anybody who has a Trailblazer knows that they shake a little bit. There's nothing, but the idle's still a little high, so I'm gonna pull it out and let it idle for a little while and see what happens. Let it warm up. See if I get that misfire again or not. But like I said, I don't want to go anywhere yet. I just want to let it warm up for a little while, see if anything happens so I don't get stuck anywhere or do any serious damage. Just let it idle for a while and see what happens. But I'll tell you one thing, it feels nice so far. See what happens. Alright, it's been idling for a while. I'm going to take it for a test ride now. And then if it's alright, I'm going to park it over there and pull the van up here, because when I clean all that up, I'm going to load the van and take it to that dumpster. So that'd be a better plan. I'll take this for a ride first, get it out of the way. Hopefully I don't break down or get stuck. Check it a little bit. Let's fix the fender because it's rubbing. Aftermarket fender, so you gotta play with them. Sounds good. Doesn't have that cricket sound anymore. It sounded like a cricket when it was idling. Turns out that was the alternator. I hear people online talking about, oh, that's the belt. Well, Well, I changed the belt and it still did it. And when I finally changed the alternator, put that new one on there, the cricket stopped. So yeah, it's the alternator. Hearing some kind of noise. That could be anything. Feels good. No hesitation. So I just got back from the test. I don't know, maybe I went about 6 miles. And I came back in automatic 4x4. I don't know if you watched my other video of me changing the battery cables in this Trailblazer. I mean, if I would put that automatic 4-wheel drive on and go maybe a mile or two, I would get the service 4x4 light. Well, I just did 3 miles and it's dry out. It's not even raining. So that light definitely would have came on. So apparently that's what the problem was for me. It could be for you too. So if you have these Trailblazers and you get that service 4x4 light and you waste your time buying that, I forget what it's called, that actuator. I mean, apparently in my case it wasn't getting enough power. But now it's good to go. Check this out. When I put it in 4-wheel low, first I gotta put it in neutral. You can actually hear and feel it engage. Watch this. All right, there's 4 high. Now watch for 4 low. Wow. I could never get it to go in 4 low. Once in a while, 4 high. But I could get it to go into automatic 4x4 and then it would pop out of it and say service 4x4. Now it's good to go. There's nothing. And yeah, this thing's running great. So I'm thinking the intake manifold gasket was a problem too, because I could see it was leaking. The gaskets were smashed. So now it seems to idle great. Look where it's at. It's at about 600 RPM. I don't know what the spec is, but it's not moving, it's not fluctuating, it's idling nice. So I'm glad I did this stuff. I don't know how much it would have cost. I heard something about $700 in labor to go to a mechanic. I could be wrong. I'm waiting for the fan to start ticking so you can hear it, but of course I'm videoing so it won't tick.